Buckle up because we're diving into the wildest celebrity news saga of the decade, and it's gonna hit harder than a Diddy beat in '98. Viewer discretion advised. This video dives deep into serious legal drama, intense allegations, and a father-son story that's straight up cinematic. Picture a courtroom buzzing with tension so thick you could slice it, cameras flashing like a paparazzi ambush, and right in the eye of the storm, Justin Combs, the 30-year-old son of hip-hop legend Sean Diddy Combs, staring down a legal nightmare that could reshape his future and shake an empire. Is Justin just a loyal son caught in the crossfire, or did he wade too deep into his dad's alleged web of secrets? Grab your popcorn because we're unpacking the Diddy case, the Rico chaos, and what it all means for Justin's life. In a whirlwind of drama, legal surprises, and twists that'll leave you shook. Let's dive in. This ride's about to get wild. It's September 2024 and Diddy's world gets flipped upside down. Federal agents roll in, ready to act, hitting him with charges that sound like they were ripped from a crime thriller. Racketeering, conspiracy, and serious allegations. The indictment's massive, spanning 2008 to now, over a decade of alleged issues, caught in the splash zone. Justin Combs, Diddy's eldest son, standing on the edge of a legal cliff. As of this video, Justin hasn't been formally charged, but don't sleep on the feds. When they whip out RICO, the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act, they're not playing games, they're aiming for the top. This law is a legal powerhouse, targeting anyone tied to a questionable enterprise, family or not. So what's got the feds circling Justin? Let's break it down piece by piece with a side of wit and a sprinkle of humor. Let's rewind to March 2024 when the feds turned Diddy's life into a Hollywood blockbuster. Picture this. FBI agents swarm his Los Angeles mansion like it's a high-stakes movie scene, choppers buzzing, teams moving fast. And who's there, maybe grabbing a snack, scrolling social media? Justin Combs, caught in the chaos like a deer in headlights. The feds hit Diddy's Miami property too, carting off boxes of who knows what, documents, hard drives, maybe even a fancy laptop or two. We don't have the full details yet, but those raids were precise, and Justin's presence at the scene is raising questions. Was he just chilling at Dad's place, or was he deeply involved in the family business? That's the big question buzzing online. The feds are probably dissecting every shred of evidence, looking for anything that ties Justin to the alleged operation. It's like they're playing a high-stakes puzzle game, and Justin's name is a key piece. Now let's talk RICO, because this is where it gets interesting. RICO's not just a law. It's a legal giant designed to take down complex operations. It lets prosecutors go after anyone who's even remotely tied to a questionable enterprise. Doesn't matter if you're the leader, the assistant, or just the guy fetching coffee. Diddy's indictment paints Bad Boy Entertainment as a front for a problematic operation with serious claims. And since Justin's been involved in Bad Boy's activities, the feds might be eyeing him as a potential target. Legal experts are like, family loyalty? That's sweet, but it won't help in court. If Justin knew about or helped with any questionable activities, he could face charges that carry major consequences. That's not a timeout, that's a life changer. It's like getting in trouble, but instead of losing screen time, you lose years. Let's zoom in on Justin because his story's got more layers than a fancy cake. At 30, he's living a life most of us only see in music videos. Private jets on call, A-listers in his contacts, and a wardrobe that screams, "I'm successful, but make it stylish." Diddy's been hyping him up forever, posting proud dad moments online, calling Justin his legacy like he's passing down a crown made of hit records. Their bond? Stronger than a new pair of sneakers. But that closeness might be Justin's weak spot. Growing up, he was surrounded by the glitz of the music world. Think Diddy's famous parties, where Justin was probably chatting with stars before he could drive. By his teens, he was learning the entertainment game, and by his 20s, he was all in. Networking, hitting industry events, and working on bad boy projects. The feds are likely combing through every email, text, and note he ever touched, asking, did Justin know the real story, or was he just along for the ride? It's like a high-stakes mystery show, and Justin's the wild card. But hold up. Let's not assume Justin's running the show. Unlike Diddy, who built an empire from scratch, Justin's career's been more low-key, like an indie artist with big connections. He's released a few tracks, collaborated with new artists, and worked in Bad Boy's studios, but he's not chasing chart-topping fame. His music's got that hip-hop, R&B vibe, a nod to his dad's legacy, but he's doing it for passion, not spotlight. Think of him as the DJ at a cool party, not the main act selling out arenas. Still, those studio sessions could raise questions. If the feds think Bad Boy's activities were tied to anything questionable, Justin's creative work might get caught in the mix. Imagine your music playlist being reviewed as evidence. Talk about a mood killer. And with Diddy's indictment covering 2008 to now, those years span Justin's whole journey from teen to adult, raising questions about what he knew or did. Let's pivot to Justin's college days, because this is where he tried to step out on his own. He was a standout defensive back at UCLA, playing top-tier football on a scholarship from 2012 to 2015. Yeah, some folks questioned why a wealthy kid took aid, but Justin proved them wrong with his work ethic. He studied sociology, balanced tough practices with classes, and earned respect from teammates who didn't care about his famous last name. UCLA was his chance to be Justin, not Diddy's son. Coaches called him dedicated, a real team player. But here's the catch. Those college years overlap with the timeline in Diddy's indictment. The feds might be curious, wondering if Justin was truly independent or still tied to dad's business on the side. It's like trying to prove you weren't at the event when your name's on the list and your posts tell a different story. After graduating in 2016, Justin leaned harder into the family empire. And this is where things get complicated. He wasn't just showing up at Diddy's events, he was in the thick of it. Industry meetings, big discussions, connecting with executives like he's campaigning for something big. His role grew from Diddy's kid to a key player in the Combs portfolio, which spans music, fashion, and more. But how much did he know? Was he handling legit deals, or was he, knowingly or not, part of something else? The feds love records, and in a family business, those records can involve everyone. If Justin's name is on any questionable documents or transactions, he could face scrutiny. It's like getting called out for a group project because your name's on the file, even if you only added a bullet point. And then there's social media, Justin's public scrapbook. His online presence is a showcase of luxury. Yacht trips, courtside seats, and outfits that cost more than a car. He's sharing about bad boy events, promoting family ventures, living that Combs lifestyle. But in a RICO case, those posts aren't just for likes, they're potential clues. The feds could be saving every post, looking for connections or proof he benefited from alleged activities. Imagine your social media being presented in court like, "Here's Justin at a fancy event." Experts say online activity is a treasure trove for investigators, especially when you're tied to a business under review. Justin's building his image, but those posts might bring unwanted attention. Let's dive deeper into RICO because this law is serious. Created to tackle complex organizations, it targets anyone who helps an enterprise, even in small ways. Family ties, doesn't matter. Loyalty, nice, but it won't help. Look at past cases. People tried the "I was just following orders" defense, and the feds didn't buy it. RICO consequences are tough, years of penalties, even life in severe cases. And with Diddy's case including serious claims, the stakes are high. The feds build these cases carefully, starting with the main target and then expanding. Justin's not charged yet, but if they find one email, one message, one meeting he was part of, he could be next. It's like playing a game where the rules keep changing. For context, let's look at history because the feds have done this before. Think of other high-profile cases where entertainment figures faced scrutiny. Associates, managers, assistants, even close contacts faced consequences for their roles. Some cooperated for leniency, others faced the full weight of the law. Or consider organizations that seemed legit but hid issues. The pattern? If you're connected to a questionable operation, you're at risk. Diddy's case feels similar. A successful music empire allegedly hiding challenges. If Justin's role in Bad Boy touched any gray areas, the feds won't hesitate. It's not personal, it's just the system. Now let's get real, emotionally real. Family loyalty is powerful. It holds you together, but it can also pull you under. Research shows people will risk everything to protect loved ones, especially kids with parents. Justin's grown up looking up to Diddy, his hero, his guide. But if the feds offer a deal, share about dad and you might avoid trouble, what's he gonna do? Turn on the man who gave him everything or stay loyal and face the consequences? It's like choosing between your heart and your future, and both hurt. The feds know how to play this, offering deals to test family bonds. If Justin has information, they'll push hard. And even if he stays loyal, the stress, the doubt, the family strain, it's a heavy burden. This isn't just a legal battle, it's an emotional marathon. Let's talk about assets, because the feds don't just want accountability, they want resources. RICO cases often involve asset recovery that hits hard. Properties, vehicles, valuables, anything linked to alleged activities can be taken. Diddy's Miami and LA homes visited in 2024 could be at risk. And Justin? Even if he's not charged, his lifestyle's on the line. Those fancy trips, those designer looks, if the feds tie them to questionable sources, they could disappear. Asset recovery doesn't always need a conviction. It's a separate process that can disrupt everything. Imagine losing your favorite things overnight. For Justin, it's not just about possessions, or it's about the identity tied to his family's success. That's a tough blow. And don't ignore the media frenzy, because this case is a magnet for attention. Every court date, every new detail, every photo of Justin gets analyzed like it's a blockbuster movie. Headlines shout, "Diddy's son in trouble," or "Justin's role revealed." Online platforms are buzzing with opinions. Some defend Justin, others question him. The spotlight's intense, and for someone used to crafting his own story, this uncontrolled narrative stings. Media shapes how people see things, and that can influence outcomes. Justin's not just facing the feds, he's navigating a public stage where everyone's a critic. Let's explore the investigation process, because the feds are strategic. When they target an operation, they look at everyone involved. For Justin, that means every transaction, every message, every business move could be examined. The feds are like detectives with endless energy, reviewing records, travel details, even digital footprints to find patterns. Did Justin approve a questionable deal? Was he part of a key conversation? Experts say the feds take their time, building cases carefully. The standard for RICO charges is knowing involvement, which sounds straightforward but isn't. Even routine business tasks, like organizing an event, can look different if they're linked to the enterprise. It's like getting in trouble for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. What about cooperation? The feds often offer deals to those with information. Imagine they approach Justin. "Share what you know and we'll consider leniency." Cooperation in RICO cases is a tough call. You provide details, maybe avoid harsh penalties, but it can strain family ties. For Justin, it's a heart-wrenching choice: support Diddy, the man who raised him, or protect himself and risk everything else. Experts say these decisions are complex, especially for those close to the main figure. If Justin has insights, say about Bad Boys operations, he could be valuable to prosecutors. But cooperating might mean reshaping his family and legacy. It's like choosing between two tough paths. Let's consider outcomes, because this story has many possibilities. If the feds pursue Justin, they'll need to show he knowingly participated. Not simple, but doable. Evidence could be anything: a transaction, a message, a witness statement. If someone shares information, a colleague, an assistant, even a contact, the case could grow. Cooperation's another option. If Justin speaks, he might protect himself but challenge his family. Or he could stay quiet, support Diddy's defense, and hope for the best. It's a risky choice, like betting big on an uncertain outcome. And time's ticking. The feds are patient but persistent. Now, let's step back and see the bigger picture. This case isn't just about Justin or Diddy. It's about power, loyalty, and how far the system will go to address an empire. The entertainment world's watching, because if a giant like Diddy faces this, anyone could. For Justin, it's a test of everything: his values, his decisions, his future. Was he a son trying to honor his dad, or did he cross a line? The full story is still unfolding, but one thing's clear: this drama's got more layers than a hit album, and we're all tuned in. Yo, if you're as invested as I am, hit that like button and drop a comment. What's Justin's next move? Cooperate, stay loyal, or something else? And don't forget to subscribe and tap the bell so you don't miss the next chapter in this epic tale. We're diving deep into celebrity news every week, bringing insights, updates, and energy you can't resist. Until next time, stay curious, stay engaged, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.